Joystick! The Joystick Show! Up, down, left, right, B, select.
Start.
Welcome, gamers, to our twisted reality. No need to console me any longer, son.
Joystick! The Joystick Show!
Okay, we are back to the Joystick Show. I love when the mic cracks open and you see the little light go teek, 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 and 3, 2, 1, you're on. And the producer looks over at you and just points at you, you're on. Oh no, wait, that was back in the news days. Not today's world. How you doing, son?
Good.
How you doing there, Rumble Pack out there? We are the Joystick Show. We are the father and son combo. Back at it. I've yet to see some copycatters out there yet trying to do what we do. Why? It's just unbelievable. It's so hard to do what we do. Yeah, sure it is. So, we go by our gamer tags. I'm Bogue Spear.
And I'm Thing12.
And we talk video games from a generational point of view. Me, with the old Pong, on up through Commodore 64 to Nintendo, Atari's in there. I missed that one, sorry. On up through you, Xbox on. Straight up, right?
Yep.
Xbox? Yeah.
Yeah.
There it is. So, we're talking video games. So let's get going on that. How do they join us if they want to be a part of this conversation?
You can contact us at joystick_show on Twitter, our Gmail, joystickshow@gmail.com, our Discord at joystickspace_show, and, yeah.
We're ready to go on. Okay, let's talk games, because we got a lot, as you might have heard in the intro, something to talk about. But first, so what we decided to do, rather than doing a sponsor, right, a paid sponsor, we decided to do an unpaid PSA. Just because, you know why, we like giving back, right? And here's another reason why. This PSA hits home really hard, right? This PSA is Botbuster, the digital hacking group of bounty hunters on the move and on the lookout for console-stealing bid bots, buying and reselling consoles for high profit. That's right. Call the tip hotline, if you will, 888-BOTBUST, and let them know of a site that was hit. They will track, hunt down, and terminate the source. What that means, I really don't care. Just take care of them. This positive PSA was brought to you by the thousands of gamers still waiting to get their Xbox Series X at $499 price point. Right?
Yeah.
Botbusters. Call them. The bounty hunters. Love it.
I'm surprised they haven't done that yet.
I don't know. Maybe they are out there. You know? Maybe we should call up our government and have the funds being used for that. Take care of business. I don't know. Anyways, but what are we talking about here in games? Let's do a nice little roll call. Let's see. Raise your hand if you have an Xbox Series X. Oh, hand goes up. Thank you very much.
We got one, finally.
Yes, we did.
Not for retail price, though, because they're still not doing that. When we tried to get it in December, I figured they were going to have it cheap by, like, January.
Right.
But nope.
No, it was awesome.
Been a while.
I got my Christmas gift in July. Huh? Christmas in July, literally. It was beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. And, so let's talk about that for a second. Beautiful. I've yet to play a game that's actually, like, upsampled to 4K that really, like, wow me. Then again, we haven't had Halo Infinite. We haven't really seen anything new yet coming out, right? The game stuff on Game Pass. I mean, it's all supposed to be working, but have you really noticed a huge difference in it?
As far as graphics?
Yeah.
No, but I haven't tried any of, there hasn't been a game that I played a lot on the other Xbox.
Right.
To see it, and then played it again on this one to see a difference.
Yeah.
Like, the games that I have played on it so far, I either never played at all before switching, or played a little bit to where I don't remember it.
Yeah.
So there probably is a big difference.
I'm sure there's going to be. I just haven't seen it myself.
I do 100% see a difference in the loading time.
Yes, big time.
Like, I mean, it would take forever to just, like, go back to our home screen or click on anything, but it's instant now, or almost, so.
Yeah. That's really helpful. Sweet. That's really good. Now, I will say I've got a little hiccup going now. I don't know if you've read it or seen the issues that they're having. Xbox is having issues with certain audio receivers. So whenever, like, we run our HDMI through the audio receiver and then out the audio receiver to the projector so we can play it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, there's a certain number of units that have been affected negatively where they won't even play the screen. So mine isn't one, the one that we have, right? It's relatively new, a couple years old at the most. But it does have this weird hiccup to where it always tends to upscale on the 4K, and so it goes to a blank screen.
That's not fixable?
That's not fixable. I have to get a whole new receiver if we're going to do it. They said it was the 2.1 HDMI coding or something that goes on. Somebody that's more of a tech hound that'll look at me and be like, dude, you're way off on this. But it's something to do with the HDMI cords running and how they process it through, and it's a Yamaha. So I think Yamaha, and there's a couple other companies that are actually struggling a little bit with it. And of course, we have one of those to do it. Not a major deal because it doesn't like hiccup while you play the game. It's just in like change of load screens, right?
Yeah. When
it goes back and forth. And you'll see it upscale or whatever a little bit,
and
which again, I don't see much difference.
I've noticed with it too, it's not that big a deal because it's just a little annoying when you have an Xbox that good, but it does it. But it's really not that big difference because even though the HDMI kicks off, the game's still loading.
Yes.
So when you click on it, it goes off, but by the time it comes back on, the loading is pretty much done.
Right. Yeah, because that fast. Yeah, so that's pretty cool. So anyways, little hiccup, but I'm all excited. Come here, give me hugs. Give me kisses. Oh, thank you, buddy. Appreciate it. So good stuff. So we're playing that. We got Xbox Series X. Now we got pretty much every gen from day one. I wish I kept all of them because I would just do
we have all of them.
Well, I don't have my original Commodore 64.
Oh.
I don't have my original Atari
Yeah,
or my original Nintendo. Actually, I do have my original Nintendo, I think. Or not Nintendo. Yeah, I have my original Nintendo, I think. And I think I have my original Intellivision, believe it or not, somewhere. But anyways, so let's talk. Okay, so what are you playing? What am I playing on my new Xbox Series X? Is Conan Isle of Siptah.
Conan Exiles.
Exiles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Isle of Siptah is just like a DLC or something.
Yeah, it's the DLC. So Conan Exiles. Playing it, said last show I was going to jump in on it, try it out. So I've been playing it co-op with my boy Old Peculiar. We actually find it pretty decent, I gotta say, across the board as far as it's I don't know, the variations of the land, the islands, a lot of elements within the atmosphere. You know what I mean? That you go running around. Now it's not like Ark where you're jumping on dinosaurs and flying around.
Yeah.
But it's pretty cool. But I hate to say it because up until this last gig or time we played it, it was glitchy as heck. There's a lot of glitch, and I think we basically came to the conclusion that it's really more of a game made for PC and not the console, because of the way, not only do the operations of it, but just every now and then it just glitches out where I can't do it. We actually had the hardest time making sure that all my equipment stayed with me when I backed out of the game, and then we went back later on and played. So I'd end up being naked as a jaybird again, running around, having to resupply everything, and then we got the boxes, the wooden boxes. That's what you basically store everything in, right?
Yeah.
And do it. So, anyways, overall, it's pretty decent. Again, you know me, I'm not a huge survival game guy because at some point I just want to kill things. And so it has its moments. But the character customization was very cool. I like how you build weapons, how you start kind of Stone Age and build your way up.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool.
I played it for a good bit. And I talked about it when I played it, but everything about it was really cool. I just stopped playing it because of the glitches. Because it kept kicking me out whenever we tried to walk to certain areas of the map. Because like whenever it tried to render them in, it would kick us out or something.
Really?
Every time.
So even on PC there was some glitch, huh?
Yeah.
Interesting.
So
well, our neighbor plays it.
That's why I stopped playing it.
Yeah.
But it was really fun, and I don't know. Like I honestly would not have stopped, and I would still be playing it now. And for the future, would be playing a lot if it wasn't so glitchy.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Well, it seems to be the theme of that, unfortunately, on both console then as well. So I played that a little bit. I also jumped on. I did try UFC 4. So I know you downloaded that. We were trying that, right? 4, not 5. It's 4, right? Yeah. So I gotta say, interesting enough. Now there's a game that I thought, well, maybe that'll be like heavy duty graphics, like crazy good. They're okay. I don't know if I see like any.
They're pretty good.
Yeah, I don't see any revolutionary shading or anything on it, but it's pretty
It
decent.
also only some games are Xbox Series X
focused. Yeah,
I like that. I don't know if that one is, but you'll know because I don't think it is. But when you click on it, it tells you to update the game to match your things, and it never said that for UFC.
Yeah.
So like Outriders,
yeah.
I did play
I
a good
haven't played
bit
it
of that.
yet. Is that good?
No, I played a good bit of that on the one.
Oh, okay.
And it was really good, and the graphics were really good. But it said it needs like a 50 gigabyte update, and then to match like 4K or something with the Xbox.
Yeah.
And I never updated that, so.
Oh, we got to do that to try it. Cause I want to try that game.
See how good, yeah.
What's that one about again?
It's like Destiny. You have 4. There's like a storm or something that hit, and there are some people that survived it, and they like. You can choose a class with powers and stuff, and it's basically like Destiny, where there's 4 different classes.
Nice.
And you pick one and you level up and
so it's another shooter game like
no
Destiny,
it's like
a looter shooter.
Yeah, it's like that.
I still love that. This still makes me giggle.
I don't know how else to explain it besides just Destiny. It's Destiny, but it's more realistic graphics.
Okay. That's cool. So that's what I was playing. Some UFC 4, pretty decent. When I was playing it, I got my ass whooped a few times on it, and so I went in at the end and tried to. I think it's arse is the best way to say it. It was going and I like picked the biggest dude I could find, and I tried to play against the smallest dude. Still got it whooped.
Yeah,
it has nothing to do with that.
I played it with a friend for a good bit, like probably about 6 hours total.
Yeah,
and the first half of us playing it, it was not fun at all because we didn't figure out the controls very well. So he kept kicking, and you can just kick their leg over and over again.
Yeah,
and you just kick their leg until you break their leg, and the game's over. And he won like 7 times from doing
breaking
that.
your leg.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god!
And then we finally figured out how to actually play. And once you get the mechanics down and how to block things, counter things, hit back, get timing and all that, the game's really fun.
Well, there's one part which is interesting because I used to play Fight Night back in the day. Fight Night 1, 2, 3, at least through that, which at the time was really unique because it was the first game that really utilized both sticks. Right, very well. So you'd have the left stick that would move, and then the right stick would be your arms moving and punching and doing everything, which is really cool. So we played that for a while back in the mid 2000s. Very cool game, kind of revolutionary for the controller. This one I thought, okay, let's try that out. But now they got the unique thing because it's UFC, so you can drop people on the ground, right? So it's not just boxing; you kick and do stuff too. But when you drop them on the ground, you're grappling. It's got this whole thing where you can like hold on to them, you can try to headlock them, put them to sleep. You can. And then if you're defending, you can like try to get off of them really fast by moving up or something. Is that how it works? Did you figure that out?
I never figured out. I know how that works. Basically, when you get them down like that, you submit them. Yeah. And then you choke them.
You submit them.
Yeah, and then you can't like. It's like once you get in a position where you're being submitted, you really can't get out of it. And like but you also just don't put yourself in that position. Or like you try not to.
Oh, I'm taking you on after this.
Once you learn how to do it, it's actually really fun.
I'm gonna beat you down, son. I'm gonna beat you.
Yeah. Yeah. I thought it was fun.
Yeah. That's cool. I played that. Yeah. What else? What are you playing?
I'm playing Apex, a good bit of Apex.
Oh, some moves on that too, right? Cool.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Mainly just they have a cool arenas mode that they came out with a bit ago that I talked about where it's 3v3s. Yeah. Which is very new for a Battle Royale game. Yeah. And I like it, but they're also coming out with the new update, and we'll talk about in the news, is they're coming out with ranked for that. So that's going to be fun. But I'm just mainly playing it because it's the most, and I said this last time, it's the most skill-based game. Right. Where, like, there's not really anything that's super overpowered, except for the fact that there's a lot of third-partiers that come in when you're trying to fight someone. But, yeah, that's what I'm playing for Apex. And then I'm also playing this new game called Splitgate. Splitgate is really fun. You know Halo? You know how Halo works? Where you have, you're mainly hip firing, you're holding the gun. Correct. Some of them, like the DMR scope in. It's that exact same gunplay, but there's portals. Like Portals 2. So, you know Portals 2, you have
to do things with, like,
in this
angles.
Game, in this game you have 2 portals, you place them, wherever you go, and you can go through and chase, or go around the map, and you shoot
portals
like
with guns? Mm-hmm. I'm in. What is it called again?
Splitgate. And it's
is it good graphics too?
Like, it's not like
is it co-op?
Yeah, you can get it's a teams of 4. It's 4v4. Oh. And you run around and it's free for all. There's ranked, but it's a really cool concept, and you don't have to like.
Is it PC?
PC and console.
Oh, nice.
And you don't have to. I think it's crossplay. You don't have to like just take it just by like there's a lot of strategy to the game. Like, you could set a portal on one side of the map and then set a portal on the other side. Instead of just going through it to get to the other side, you can look through it and shoot through the portal and to shoot anyone from the other side. And then as soon, let's say there's somebody behind you, you can go through your portal and then close it.
Nice.
And so they can't get in.
That's awesome.
So it's like there's a lot of strategy to
that.
it.
Yeah.
People have already created, like, the game's really popular right now, so it's hard to get into this game because their servers aren't big enough.
Right.
But the actual, like, there's a lot of strategy to it. Like, people have already created mechanics like portal hopping, where you stand in the portal and then you just start shooting your portal everywhere and it teleports you around the map.
Yeah.
There's like a strategy
portal
where,
jumpers.
There's a strategy where you have like you're standing right next to a wall, you shoot a portal at it, and then there's one behind you really up high. And so when you look through the portal down below, you see everything around you, and you see down the halls.
So you can
on both sides. So you see everything. So if you see somebody push, you can shoot them through the portal up top, and then turn around and shoot them. It's really trippy, but once you like get used to it, it's really cool.
I love that.
It's really
And that's called what again?
Splitgate. And it just came out. It's in beta.
Okay. Very cool.
And yeah, so I'm playing that.
Nice.
It's a lot of fun.
Good stuff. What else? Something on Battlefield 2?
Yeah, it's in the news.
It's news. Okay, well that sounds like a good time for the
Joystick News Report. Joystick News.
All right, let's talk news. What's in the news? We got
the Xbox Series X problem.
We already talked about the problems kind of when I got it. So, but what is the
Apex? Well, for Apex, we have they're basically a new season coming out. Season 10.
Okay. They do by seasons too? Mm-hmm. Okay.
This is season 10, and they're adding ranked arenas, which is going to be really fun. They're adding a new legend, and like a new map, I guess. Or they haven't really said everything.
I saw the new character. Wait, they're called Legends in this?
Yeah, Legends.
Okay.
Seer is the new character. He looks really cool.
Yeah.
I mean, that's it. It's another basic season for Apex, but it's really hyped. And the game has come back from being dead. It hasn't been dead, but when it first came out, it was really hype. And then, like, the middle seasons, it still had a lot of players, like hundreds of thousands of players.
Not more than Overwatch, though, right?
Overwatch is kind of dying right now.
Is?
Yeah.
It is? Okay.
But they came back now, and like the past few seasons have been just really popular for the game. But it's fun. So,
and then Warframe never made it, right? There's nothing going on with that.
Warframe?
Yeah, that was the other kind of shooter game.
No, Warframe is
right.
Warframe was like it was like a weird Destiny type game.
Oh, okay. All right. So Apex, that's going on. Yeah, it's called Legends Emergence, right? Mm-hmm. Is that right? Emergence.
Yeah, the new season.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. What else do we have in the news? Oh, you see, was it Respawn? That's the
people who made
Apex. Yeah, but you read about some else that they're actually in the process of hiring somebody because they're saying they're coming out with a new single-player shooter. It looks like. What did they say? There's details on it.
Why would they do that?
The single-player title is apparently designer dream playground with a freedom to innovate made possible in the universe. So there's no details on it. It just looks like they're coming out with a new individual title.
I really want it to be Titanfall. They need to come out with Titanfall 3.
Yeah, they really do. But
so many people are asking them, and they're saying, I don't know if they said no, but they said that they're not working on it.
Really? Mm-hmm. They're just not going to. Interesting.
Yeah, it's really annoying because it seems like it'd be really cool, but...
Right. Well, it's a great series. I'm sure they'd come out with something eventually.
But, yeah, the biggest news, in my opinion, is Battlefield 2042.
What's going on with that?
Battlefield, so we talked about earlier the launch trailer.
Yeah, that was crazy good.
The gameplay trailer, everything. Yeah. Apparently, they're announcing the game in thirds. That was the first third, is the multiplayer that we saw. That was really cool. That's just a third of the game.
Okay.
The second
third?
Yeah, the second third.
Yeah.
The second third they just announced yesterday, July 22nd. And it's called Battlefield 24 Portal.
Yeah.
And it's probably one of the coolest things a Battlefield game has ever done. We're basically, Halo Forge?
Yes.
Where you create your own game modes, you create anything.
H-Bomb loved that. He was making all sorts of stuff.
Battlefield 2042 Portal.
Yeah.
Is Halo or is Forge on steroids. It is basically you create custom games on any map you want with any modifiers like bullet travel time, health, bullet
bullet travel time?
Yeah, like it gets so crazy to that stuff. You customize your own map. You can customize.
Well, it sounds like you're customizing the guns too. Right?
Yeah, no,
Is that what it is?
and the coolest thing they're doing is they're mixing all the games. So you can add guns from Battlefield like 1 or like World War 1 guns.
Really?
Versus a team of 60 people with World War 1 guns
Oh.
versus a team of 60 people with modern like M2s and stuff like that.
No way.
But you can or you can set it up to have like 60 people with knives versus 2 people with machine guns on the back of the car, and they're driving
That's
around.
a cool concept, actually. You just got to make sure you
can
run up and get up dead.
You can customize anything
That
you
is
want.
so fun.
It even goes even more in depth than just the presets that they have, but you can code the game.
Wait, what'd you do? Did you bring a knife to a gunfight?
Like you can literally code the game, like change the code, or like they have like a it's really hard to explain, but they have a launch trailer for it, and there's also a gameplay trailer for Portal, and it looks really cool. Like
Awesome.
it's just combining all this stuff. You can have like just air fights if you want. It's like it goes so in depth that you can just do whatever you want with the game. And
Well,
with
that'd be
past
cool if you could
games.
bring up. I think didn't they have zeppelins in the World War One thing? Or you could. I don't know if you could fly them or not.
I don't know.
but
There's
they were
vehicles.
on it.
There's vehicles. Oh yeah.
But
planes. Like
imagine
old
if you had
planes.
zeppelin battles.
You can. So you know the old planes with the propellers at the
Yeah.
front. Is
Yeah.
that what a Zeppelin is?
No. Zeppelin.
Oh,
is
the blimp.
big blimps. Yeah. Imagine having blimp.
I don't think-
It'd be like this. It'd be slow. It'd be like.
I don't know. The Zeppelins were really cool. That was
They're
probably
awesome.
my favorite
big,
part of Battlefield
big
1.
Fights.
But you can get like old World War II style planes
Yeah.
all in the air versus like 2 maybe fighter jets
That's
that go
so
around.
awesome. I love
Um,
that concept.
But yeah, you
It's
can
kind of like
mix
it's kind of like
everything
taking
together.
history and just like mashing it together.
They remastered old maps from Battlefield, like all the previous Battlefield games,
Yeah.
but with new stuff like the weather, like the tornadoes and
Oh,
stuff
yeah.
you can add.
Yeah.
You can change literally.
God, that
everything
looks
in
like
the
it's
game.
such a good game though.
Yeah,
That might be one I have to pick up.
it's gonna be
and play.
really cool.
Now, is there co-op in that? Co-op story?
Yeah. Oh, I don't know.
Story?
That's the 2/3 of the game is Battlefield Portal. So they haven't announced a whole nother third of the
Oh,
game
Okay.
that they said are going to. They're gonna announce. Which
Hopefully
I'm
it's
guessing is
probably
gonna be a
single.
campaign.
It's gonna be a single campaign
Yeah.
probably, but anyways, cool. That's exciting stuff. What else is in the news to talk about? Oh, did you see Tokyo, the Olympics? Yeah, this is rather timely. I think it was yesterday or so. What are we doing this? Today is the
23rd, 24th,
22nd, 23rd. They had the launch of the Olympics in Tokyo, Japan, and the whole thing was themed around video game music. So as they come out and doing everything, there's like 15 or so different like theme music they played it to, and it was kind of funny. And the whole thing, when I read about it, it was ironic. I mean, like Dragon Quest and Final Fantasy, Monster Hunter, Ace Combat for some reason was in there. I don't know what that's about. Sonic the Hedgehog's, it's called Starlight Zone. All these different songs are being played while these people are dancing around and everything for this opening ceremonies. And the whole time I'm thinking to myself, it's funny that you're showcasing, highlighting video games, because probably only a half of 1% could actually get up off of their couches, play video games, and do what these athletes are about to do, right? I mean, think about it. I'm just finishing playing my Sonic the Hedgehog. I'm gonna go do the rings now and see if I can do whatever. I don't know. It was kind of funny. Not to say that we don't have some monster players out there playing COD or playing whatever that are probably crazy good athletes, but still funny to think about the difference between the two. But anyways, yeah, that was kind of cool. What else did we see in the news? The Marvel Avengers is going to be free starting on the 29th of July. So depending on when you're listening to this.
On Game Pass? Or just
I
free?
don't know. It's actually, no. Actually, the funny thing is it's on everything but Xbox right now. It's going to be available on PC, on PlayStation 4,
no, that's just
and
from-
Google Stadia.
That's just from July 29th to August 1st. It's
Correct.
free, like, to play weekend.
That's right. That's what I was letting folks know. So I didn't finish, through August 1st. So July 29th through August 1st. Now, Xbox, though, is going to come out later. So that's probably going to be on Game Pass, or maybe for a month or so. I don't know why. I think it's only a weekend. That's why you can't. It's hard to do it on Game Pass, but maybe they will launch it for that short time. I'd be interested in doing that, trying it, because I remember I said I'd kind of like the look of the game and everything. We just never bought it and played it. I know you said it had some issues, but I thought it was kind of cool. So we'll see. But those that are love the Marvel series, Avengers, if you haven't played it yet, think about trying to see if you like it this weekend. That's in the news as well. Lastly, it was interesting. This is a game that I don't think you remember playing, but it was a game. You're real little. It was called Max Payne, and it came out in like 2000. Actually, you probably weren't even born yet. It's like it's the 20th anniversary. So yeah, you weren't born yet. I played it on Xbox. And it was the coolest game, and I remember at the time when I got it, it was, I think Blizzard, which has been taking a beating PR-wise on stuff, but there was the first game I remember watching the opening scene and being like, oh my god, this is better than a movie. It was, the whole thing was like how his wife and his daughter got killed, and actually it was pretty graphic, like showing the baby or something. It was like pretty weird, where I was like, ugh.
Yeah.
It was like early on where that wasn't kind of the norm, right? But anyways, they do a reinstall, a remaster or something of it as well. Max Payne's 20th anniversary. It was this week, what have you. So again, I'm sure the graphics might be a little better if they do a retake, a reload, or whatever on it. But the actual game itself was cool. And I remember the best part of the game too. Not only was the intro cool, but it was one of the first games that ever took advantage of, now again, here's a generational, I'm dating myself, took advantage of the Matrix move. Do you know what that is?
Yeah.
Are you familiar with that?
Yeah.
It's where you're basically, when you're running, you can slow-mo everything and turn and shoot, kind of like, you know what it reminds me of? You know that Hot on VR? Super Hot. You know how that shoots and the bullets come? Well, that was the first time it was ever in a game. And they took it from the Matrix, the movie, right? How it slowed everything down. And you could press a button at the right time when you wanted to do that and slow everything down. So it was one of the first...
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it was one of the first games that did that. So I'm sure that's still in the game and kind of fun, which they've taken out a lot of games, right? To do those kind of really badass, cool action moves, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But you needed that time to be able to slow it down. You know, I could have used that during Titanfall 2 when I was trying to run on walls.
Yeah, but that one had a cooler thing. That way you could travel back in time and back and forth with just a click of a button.
Right.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's, I don't know.
So what was that on the back and forth?
Titanfall 2.
Yeah, Titanfall 2, right. That's right. I was trying to remember what it was. Yeah. So anyways, that was the Max Payne. I saw that coming out. Just one quick thing. You see there's lawsuits after lawsuits coming on for Cyberpunk 2077? Because I don't think they even have it out. You guys that are playing the PS5s or PS4s, had they even relaunched it?
I don't know.
I don't think so.
I don't know.
And I think there's a ton of lawsuits right now. I know the company's been taking a beating on that as well, but man, what a cluster
That's funny.
that is going on with that, for sure. So, alright, anything else that you see for the news? No? Alright, that's the news.
This concludes your Joystick News Report. Joystick News!
Okay, a little bit of information. Actually, first time some exciting, I say, not overly exciting, but exciting news for the Riff Rap. Okay, this segment, right? When we're talking about the Riff, I know you played a little bit with some buddies, right? What were you playing? Anything?
Super Hot, and then also, what is it called?
Nothing new, right?
No, Blade and Sorcery. That was it.
Oh, Blade and Sorcery.
Nothing
okay.
new though.
Yeah. Well, they just launched an update on it. It's actually, what was the update on it? It was a couple of things. The biggest thing that it did was it now has a button that says support like a VR, like your buddy. So invite to app. So now you can invite your friends right into your games.
That's gonna be a lot easier
without having to go into the setup and do the whole thing as well, which is kind of cool. So it's almost like console-like, right? Where you can just click and say invite to in-game. So that's a new update that came out for that, which is kind of cool, right? You can go right online where you stand there. You can see your guys. Click, click, click. Invite them right in.
If they're gonna try and make VR more popular or mass-produced or anything like not mass-produced, mass-used. If people are gonna buy it and stuff, they need to work on that stuff like that, like being able to play with your friends a lot easier.
Well, they're doing it right there. That's the first step.
Yeah, and like, I don't know, what was the main thing we talked about that one time?
About Facebook.
No, it needs to be like, I don't know, it needs to be not cheaper, but there was something about it they needed to do because it's just harder to have something like this take off.
Right. Well, I mean, a lot of Quest 2s are out right now, right? So people don't have to be confined to, the area like we have.
I still don't know what's better. The most recent Rift, just like normal with wires, or the recent Quest?
Well, I guess the wires are still technically supposed to be better. They're supposed to be more accurate, right? But I don't know if by much. I haven't seen a test between the two.
If it's not by much, then it's 100%.
Rumble Pack, if you know anything or have any links to that, you can send us on tests between the two or whatever. I'd love to see that because I don't know. I mean, we still have the original. It works just fine in most cases. But again, you got to remember, a lot of it's about the machine you're running it to, right? I mean, we had the state of the art with this thing when we got it, you know? So it's helped out along the way. But, you know, I think that has something to do with it because remember, the Quest is all built into the headset. You know what I mean? So you're playing it there. So there's no way. I know the graphics weren't as strong just by the card and everything that's in there. But, again, I don't know. As far as speed, play, you know, any glitching, any type of issues with moving the hands, doing everything, you know what I mean, out there. So, anyways, that was interesting. That's the update on the Riff Raff. All right, so for this week's
Deal of the Week,
what do we have for the Deal of the Week? I don't know if it was so much a deal, but I kept looking at, well, I tell you what we missed. I'll tell you right now, don't even go and look at it, but Microsoft, there was a huge sale in Amazon for the controller, which I have. I got the Elite 2 controller? What's it called? It's like
the Xbox Elite controller.
Yeah, the Elite Controller 2, the newest one that's out. I got that one, right? They had a deal on it, $30 off. So it sold out in like instantly, right? But I looked at it though. There's a lot of other controllers that are pretty sweet that are out there for sale. Have you seen any or heard anything about them? And again, RoboPack, have you played something else besides you know, like I have the Xbox One Elite Series 2, which is pretty cool controller. But is there a third party out there you guys like that you've used? I mean, I see a lot of different versions that are out there. Like there's a third party, was it Razer? R-A-Z-E-R, the Wolverine?
I think third party controller companies are a lot better for things like Nintendo. Whereas Xbox, it's almost better to just get the controller itself.
Yeah, well, they say majority of stuff is done by, you know, the controllers themselves. But I don't know, is that the way with PS5 or PS4? Because, I mean, there's a lot, even more, I think, of third-party controllers for them.
PS5, you should have the Sony controllers because those have, like, the... all of, like, the motion sensors and everything.
Oh, right, everything.
They have everything.
The third parties don't?
Well, assuming not, because the technology in those is really good. Like, you know how they test it where, like, you can move it and, like, you can feel things that are inside of it.
Yeah. Well, they have, like, a Steam controller. I was wondering how good that would be on there as well. And you can pick those up, I think. But, again, everything's about $65, so it's not, like, cheap. You're not getting a hell of, you know, a heck of a deal.
Yeah, and at that point, I would just go with the regular Xbox controller.
Right.
It's going to be...
Right, to do it.
It's going to be just around the same amount of money then.
Yeah, you go with what you know is built in, or at least and there's easy updates and everything right off of the controller or up the console as well. So okay, lastly we have new releases. So what are we talking? We got, what is this now? We're in July and the dog days of summer, as they say, in the video game world too. I don't know. Monster Hunter Stories 2, Wings of Ruin, came out this month as well. The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword HD just released. F1, if you're a racer fan on all systems, is out as well for its F1 2021. So that's probably cool, a racing game to do that. Anything that stands out? I saw Pokemon Unite is out as well. Didn't Pokemon come out with like Pokemon Go or something, like a whole new mobile thing too? I think they trying to revive it as well.
I don't know. I haven't heard much Pokemon news.
No. The Witcher Monster Slayer. I don't know if that's an expansion or not. Actually, I think that might be for mobile. Believe it or not, iOS and Android is what that's for. So there's a little bit more even being launched on mobile, which I always thought was interesting how they didn't, you know what I mean, make them mobile friendly, and just come out with more of that as well to buy into. Oh, by the way, I did play. Speaking about playing, I did play Civ. I didn't mention that earlier too.
Sid Meier's.
Sid Meier's The Civ 6. I played that for a little bit, which is pretty much like the Civil Revolution that was on the console.
And did you
Xbox.
say you didn't like it, or you did?
Well, I got my butt kicked twice again. I'm getting my butt kicked everywhere. Okay, it's just the way it goes in gaming, except for board games. I got that down pretty good, but video games, that's why I'm shifting more to board games, because I can actually win on it through strategy and less dexterity, unless I move my meeple really fast. Anyways. So yeah, anything else that you saw coming up? Nothing really that stands out on it, but that's probably the biggest ones that I just mentioned to you that are just out.
All the AAA games are coming out this holiday. So.
Right. We'll obviously be up on that and be able to go through it now with the Game Pass. We still got that, so we'll still download and keep playing some other games too. So, cool. That's it. That's the show. Anything else? Okay. I know I asked a couple questions to the Roman Pack. If you don't mind, how do they reach us?
You can reach us at joystick_show on Twitter, joystickshow.com, which is our website, or our Discord at joystickspace_show, and then our email, joystickshow@gmail.com.
Awesome. And that the question was, too, if you got any links or saw anything regarding the speeds for those Oculus, I'd love to see that. So, all right. My son, appreciate it. Good show. Folks out there, appreciate you listening each and every month when we do drop the mic. Right? Drop the little light here. Turn it on. Action. On air. Go. Till next time. Game on.
Joystick, the Joystick Show.